Hey guys, hello everyone. Good evening to all everyone. Hi guys. Hello Shrey. Hello Sai. Good morning. It's good evening, Amok. Guys, I hope I'm audible and visible to you all. Can you give me a thumbs up in the chat, please? Hi. I think I'm audible to every. Hi Kushal. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for the confirmation. I hope you all are excited, super excited for the new bootcamp that we are starting from today. That is Python 0 to Python Zero, code smart with AI. So if you all are interested, like eager to start with the session, can you give me a heart in the session, a heart in the chat, please? I know we are late by 3 minutes because there was some network issue from my end. So we got late by 3 minutes. We are so sorry for that. Hi, hi. Okay. Where we will get certificate, when we will get certificate, what is the duration of the program, how long will the session be, will end. I will explain you all everything. I will let you know everything. Just give me 2 minutes more. Let me interact with you guys. Let me tell you about myself. Then I will give you all the brief overview of this boot camp. Okay. अटेंडेंस कैसे होगी मैं वो भी आपको बताऊंगी. डू नॉट वरी. Thank you for pouring the hearts in the chat, guys. It's really feel good that you people interact with us and respond to our question. Okay. So I can see 278 people have joined. Can you guys please put a thumb, like the video, please, guys. Okay, so let me tell you all about myself. My name is Anam Khan. I'm one of the team member at Let's Upgrade, and I'm here just to let you know the attendance procedure, how you will be getting a certificate, and the duration of the boot camp is 2 days, and each day it will be a 2 hour session. Timing will be 6 to 8. So make sure that you attend today's session and the tomorrow session as well, and you need to mark your attendance both the days to get the certificate. Okay, I hope I'm clear to everyone, and please guys make sure that do not spam in the chat for the one question only. Please bear with us and let others also ask their genuine doubts. And certificate you will be getting on day 2 when the session will get end, that is tomorrow after the 8 p.m. You will be able to download your certificate from the attendance page itself, where you will mark your attendance. In a minute I will explain you all the attendance procedure by sharing my screen. Till then, if you are clear and have clear, or else if you have any question you can ask us in the chat. Okay. प्रीवियस लेक्चर का नोट्स, प्रीवियस वीडियो जो वीडियो था उसके डिस्क्रिप्शन में ऑल इन वन डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में आपको लिंक मिल जाएगा, रिसोर्स लिंक. देयर वी हैव अपलोडेड द गिटअप लिंक एंड एवरीथिंग. ओके. Okay guys, let me share my screen quickly to uh, explain you the attendance part. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible to you all, guys. Can you give me a thumbs up again in the chat, please? And guys, please call your friends, family members, cousins, who how to learn the AI part and everything. Please call your friends and let them know about this bootcamp. Okay. The session will be in both the language, that is Hindi and English. We will use both the language, but mostly the session will be in English. So please guys, understand that people have joined from various region. I hope people have I believe that people have joined from various regions. You can let us know in the chat though from where you people are joining. Okay. So for the attendance part, till then, guys, have a look here on the screen. In the description box, you can see for registration, attendance, certificate, everything. We have this one link. We call it as a one link, as everything is placed at one place. So you need to enroll for the program first. If you haven't, if you are a new user, please make sure that you enroll in the program. Then only you will be able to mark the attendance. And when you scroll down the page, below the day one title, you can see mark attendance toggle. Click on it. A rating scale will open from 1 to 10. You need to rate the session according to your feedback, your experience. And for now, I will give 10 on 10. And here is the feedback option. If you have any feedback for us, be it positive, negative, or you want any improvement from us, or you didn't like something, you can put it here freely. We will surely work on it and then mark your attendance. I will suggest that please try to mark the attendance post the session, that is after the session, so you will be able to give the honest feedback and rating. And do not worry about the attendance. You can mark it anytime during this program duration. Okay. And when you go up here, you can see the progress bar. It has increased to 50%, and it will increase to 100% on day 2, as it is a 2-day program. So when you mark your attendance, it will increase accordingly. And here we have the communities, that is Discord and WhatsApp. If you haven't joined our communities, please make sure that you join us there. You will get regular updates, daily invites, reminders about the upcoming program, upcoming calendars and everything. And you can also connect with Let's Upgrade if you have any doubts there. And yeah, I hope I am clear with the attendance part. If you still guys have any question or didn't understood the part, please rewind the video a little bit. You will get to know the thing, because I do not undo it. It is a one-time process, so you need to rewind the video. And the link I have already shared in the chat also. Okay. I think I'm clear about the attendance part. One more thing, guys. We have this student ambassador program. You can click on this link and get to know about this program via this page. The next batch is starting from 1st of July. It is a 1 month program. No fees, no charge, nothing you have to pay. It is a totally free program. You will also be getting a certificate upon the completion of this program. It is a program where you will be the ambassador for Let's Upgrade for the next 1 month, and you will be promoting, like you will be having some target that you need to or complete during this program. And these are the milestone which you will need to achieve. That is the gold, silver and bronze. And depending upon the milestone, you will be able to win these amazing prizes. And yeah, the next batch is starting from 1st of July, so please make sure that they apply for this program and add a new thing to your resume. Okay. Okay, so when again, guys, coming back to the description box, we have this all-in-one documentation. When you click on this link, a document will open where all the links are stored. You can find all the links from one place, from the attendance, enrollment link, the session links, and the course outline, the curriculum outline that we have prepared for you people. You can refer it, to know what are the things we are going to cover in this session, and where we are at, and what are we going to do the next step. Everything is mentioned here. And if ma'am says, as your trainer is Rekha ma'am, she will be there, she will be teaching you this bootcamp. So if she shares any of the resources, any links, any PDF, any PPT, we will upload all the things here. So do not spam in the chat again and again for the resource thing, PDF link, PPT link. Please come to this fun doc and get all the things from here itself. Okay, I hope now I'm clear to everyone. And if you guys have any queries, you can ask us in the chat. The team will be there, will be helping you on and moderating the chat. For the rest of the things related to the bootcamp, the ma'am will be answering your questions. Okay. Ambassador program is a online program. Okay. I think I'm clear, guys. I will call the trainer for now, and she is here. So hi ma'am, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Anam. Hello, good evening, everyone.
How are you, ma'am?
Yeah, doing good, ma'am. Thank you. How are you?
I'm also good, ma'am. So I think we can start with the session. They're already eager to learn and start with the part and everything. So I will take a leave here and hand over the session to you. So I hope everyone enjoys the session. Have a great time, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Anam. Yeah. So, hello everyone. How are you all doing? Hope you all are doing great. So, the today's boot camp is related to the Python. Like you're going to learn the entire Python in just 2 days. How is it? It's amazing, right? Yeah. So, let me tell you, this session should be an interactive session. I will be covering some part of the content and then give some time for the queries. Like you can chat and you can ask me like how it can be done and all. Okay, so this will be a practical session. I will be sharing my screen and then explaining you all how the codes can be done. Okay, but at the beginning I'll be telling you what is Python and why we have to learn this, why is this language is so important. Okay, then we'll proceed with the coding part. Okay, so right now Python is considered as the most important language. Why? Because it is like how we speak. Okay, you know, every language have its own syntax, its own rules, like how to write this codes and all. But Python, the way to write the code, it is very easy. This is the first point. And the second point is, you know, it is used in all the criteria. Like for example, it is used in web development also, it is used in data analytics, it is also used in AI. So it is used everywhere. So if you become a master in this language, you are open in all the job platforms, you are open in all the job platforms. So I suggest you all to make use of these 2 days session and become a master in this. I will make sure that I will be teaching the entire part, like all the fundamentals of Python for the today's session, and for the tomorrow's session I will be covering some data analytical part. Okay, why it is so important? Because you know the Python has the most of the inbuilt libraries. If you make use of those libraries, you can like create, or you can do the data analytical part, also you can make the web development part and all. So there are many other things you can do it with the help of Python. And let me tell you, this is very like comfortable to learn, it is very easy, I'm telling you all again. And then here we can work on Python in two different parts. I mean, what I want to say is, if you want to work offline, we can download the Jupyter notebook. We can download the Jupyter notebook. I will be guiding you some steps. You can do it by your own, or else we have the online platform, that is Google Collaboratory Notebook. Google Collaboratory Notebook. Okay, so the first thing is, if we want to work, then you can make use of Google Collaboratory Notebook for online, and then for offline you can make use of Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so I'll show you both the things. Yeah, we have many other platform. We have many more. We have Idle, we have VS Code, we have many other platform. You can work on any platform. I'm just telling, like, if I'm just giving you all two options. If you can work online, we have the Google Collaboratory Notebook. If you want to work offline, we have many other platforms also. You can make use of this. Yeah, I have a question, like in Anaconda Jupyter Notebook. Yes, exactly. I will be showing you steps. It takes time to download for you all. I will be guiding you the steps. You can download it and keep it to work offline. And to work online, immediately you can just keep on make a try in your systems and all, for whatever codes I will be writing. And one thing is, I will be giving you some separate, like a time to ask the queries and all, because I cannot switch to the chats and answers for your questions. So I have, yeah, you can make a try. And even in the mobile, the collaboratory will work for you, because definitely Jupyter and all, it takes time. The laptop will be suitable. For collaboratory notebook, you can make a try in a mobile, it works. Okay, yes, definitely. So I want to just switch to the chats for some time. Let me know please how much libraries are gonna covered. Okay, so the libraries part will be covered tomorrow, that is for the data analytics. Okay, you know, you go for any programming language, if you go for any programming language, some things are fixed, that is variables and data types, and then the conditional statements, the loops, and the functions. These are fundamentals. Without this, you cannot move with any other things. So, for the today's session, I will be covering all these things. You might have learned in any other language. If you learn in Python, you can compare the thing and then just check how easy it is, how different it is. And then once if we get comfortable with this, then in the tomorrow's session we're going to learn the two libraries, that is the pandas, numpy, and also I'll cover the random. Okay. Ma'am, which library is important? Like Panda. Yes, those libraries, Pandas is for data visualization, and NumPy is for mathematical purpose. Mathematical reason we're going to use that NumPy library, and we have many other platform. In this 2 days, how much maximum I can able to cover, that much I'll be covering. Okay. Yes. So let's move to the session. I'm switching back to the session now. I will be showing you the way to download the Jupyter Notebook, and Google Collaboratory is very easy. Okay. Let's start the session. After explaining something, I'll give a enough time to ask your queries. Then I'll resolve them. I'll move to the next session. So I'm moving ahead. Is my screen visible to you all? Yes. Okay. So I'll be showing you all how you can download. You have to type Anaconda Navigator download. If you type Navigator download, then we have an option here. Quickly, I'm telling you all the steps. If you want to make a note, you can please make a note and download it to work offline. To work online, we have many options. Okay. So this is the option. We have Anaconda Navigator. Hope my screen is visible to you all. Okay. It is streaming a bit slow. Anaconda Navigator download, you have to type, and then you have to choose this Anaconda Navigator, anaconda.com. Okay. Okay. Then if you click here free download, then the .exe file will be downloaded. Then if you can double click on the .exe file and then download the Anaconda Navigator. Once if you download, you have to launch the Jupyter Notebook. Once if you launch the Jupyter Notebook, you will get this platform. Yes, we have, as I said, we have many other platforms to work. Here I am explaining you all that two platforms which you can download and use it. That is a Jupyter Notebook. You can launch a Jupyter Notebook and make use of this. And also we have the online platform that is most convenient. That is most convenient one. Okay, so here you can see, you can write a code and use this for running. Okay, the most convenient one is the Google Colab, as all are suggesting. I'll go with that. Okay, because this even takes time to download. I have just guided you all. You can just download the .exe file and then launch the Jupyter Notebook and use the code. All the syntaxes, all the way of writing code is same in all the platform. Okay. As I said, you can even use VS Code, you can even use Idle. We have many platforms. I am just giving a suggestion. You can make use of anything. Okay, so now let me tell you all how to open the Google Collaboratory Notebook. Here I have already opened this. Google collaboratory notebook. You can just type this Google collaboratory notebook. Google collaboratory notebook. It's from Google. Okay. Then you can click here. If you click here, then you can use new notebook. You can click on new notebook. You can click on a new notebook. And this is the screen. Here you can able to write a code. Okay. You can give a name for this. You can rename it. I'm renaming it as session 1 right now. Okay. So here you can able to write a code. If we click on a plus code, then the new cell will open. If you click on a plus text, it will be like the noting the things. Here you can make a note of any code or any concept. You can just make a note here. Okay. Like Python fundamentals. I'm writing here Python fundamentals. So the heading will be there, Python fundamentals, and then we can start writing the code here. So before moving ahead, I will be explaining you the concepts here. As I was telling, so we have to learn variables, data types, and then conditional statements, loops, and functions. So this is our today's agenda. Okay. So I request you all to pay an interest and learn these things. This is the basic fundamental to learn Python. So please pay attention and learn it. Okay. So till now, any doubts? So I'll just give a minute time for you all, and then I'll start a session with the variables. Is there any doubts? Shall we proceed with the variables? Okay, thank you. Thank you for the response. Yeah. So let's start with the variables. Okay. So variables are like a container. Variables are like a container. What does the mean of container is? The container can be anything. It will be helping you to hold. Like for example, you might be drinking a coffee. So to hold that coffee, you will be using a mug. So that mug is like a container. In that, whatever you are pouring, that coffee is nothing but the data. Okay. So when we come to the programming language, the container is nothing but the variables. The container is nothing but the variables, and whatever data you will be storing, those are the data, and we have a different data types in that. Okay. So what is variable? Variables are like a container. Variables are like a containers. It will help you all. It will help to hold the data. Okay. And one variable can hold one data. one variable can hold one data. Okay. Now, how to store the data, how to write the different names, I will explain you in the code platform. Okay. I'll be explaining you about the data types. So data types, we have a four important data types. We have the there are other data types also. So just to start with the basics, we have the main four important data types, that is integers, float, strings, and then boolean. This is very important. Okay. Integers are nothing but the whole numbers. Integers are nothing but the whole numbers. It can be a positive or a negative. So whatever data you will be storing in the variable, it can be a integer, it can be a float, it can be a strings, it can be a variables also. I mean, sorry, the boolean values also. Okay. So integers are nothing but the whole numbers. Like for example, 123, 124, or minus 340, any numbers. Okay. And then float are nothing but the decimal number. Float is nothing but the decimal numbers. Yes, I can. I'm seeing the chat. Yeah, somebody is telling like double, long, int, long. Yeah, as at the beginning only I said there are many other data types also, but just to be like these basic four data types, if you learn, if you get this knowledge, it will help you all for any kind of a codings. Okay. Somebody is asking me what is the difference between Jupyter Notebook and Google Collaboration. Google Collaboratory Notebook it is. As I said at the beginning, Jupyter Notebook, with the Jupyter Notebook, you can work offline. With the Google Collaboratory Notebook, you need the internet access. Without internet, we cannot work in the Google Collaboratory Notebook. Okay? Yeah. So decimal numbers, let me come back. Float is nothing but the decimal numbers. Okay. Decimal numbers means like it can be 1.4, or even it can be of my negative number also, 6.7, or decimal numbers. Okay. And then strings. Strings are nothing but a text data. Text data. Okay. It can be a single letter. It can be a single letter also. Like for example, A, or but you have to be very careful whenever you are writing a string and storing it in a variable. You have to use either a single quote or the double quotes. Both are acceptable. Like for example, if I am writing my name, you have to write it in either a single quote or double quotes. Both are acceptable. Both are acceptable. Okay. So this is a strings. Here you can store a text data, but the main thing is you have to use either a single quotes or the double quotes. Now let me come back to the boolean. This boolean is used for like whether the data is correct. It is like a true or a false kind of a data. So here the data will be like a yes or no. Okay. So it is true or false. But always do remember that this T and F should be capital. This T and F should be capital. Okay. Please do remember, I'm repeating, whenever you are writing or whenever you are using the boolean, it should be capital. Okay. So let me repeat, what is variable? Variable is like a container. You can store a data in this variable. We have some rules like how you can write the variables and all. I will when I'll switch back to the code part, I'll explain there. And then the data what you are storing in the variables, We have a different data types. The main four basic data types I have explained here. The first one is integers. Integers are nothing but the whole numbers. Okay, it can be a positive or it can be a negative. For example, I have listed here a 124 and a minus 340. And the next data type is a float. It contains the decimal number. It contains the decimal numbers. For example, I have given here 1.4 and a minus 6.7. And then a strings. Strings is nothing but a textual data. Text data. It is like if you want to write your name or some other email ID and all, you can make use of this string. The one rule here is you have to use the quotes, quotational mark it is called as. You can use either single or double, both works, but using this for strings data is mandatory. Okay, and then we have the boolean data, that is the last data type. Here it is used for like a condition yes or no, whether this 5 is less than 4. If it is correct, then it will give you as the true. Okay, but do remember that you have to use the capital T and capital F. Okay, so this is about the data types. Is there any questions here? Do you have any queries? Or shall we move ahead with the coding part, like how we can store the data and all? I'll explain you in the Google Collaboratory notebook. Why are you not using VS Code? Ambuj Singh have asked me, because right now I'm this Google Collaboratory notebook is very like it's a free one, and here we can write the online codes and it is very comfortable. So I'm going with the Google Collaboratory here. And Anaconda, like as I said, the Jupyter and all, we have to download and install it, and it takes time. So I'm moving ahead with the Google Collaboratory. Okay. Fine. Okay. So let's begin here. So Python variables, here I have a one more thing I want to tell you. This hash symbol. Hash symbol is used. Yeah, somebody had asked question. No, double quotes and single quotes. Somebody said like is used for string, is used for character. String is nothing but it is helping you to store the characters. It is helping you to store the textual data. It can be a single character, it can be a name or a complete a set of words. Both can be used. You can either use single or you can use double. It works. Okay. Yes, somebody said HLO 123. This is a string. It is correct or not? Yes, it is correct. Okay. HLO, you may ask 123 is a number and how it can be a string and all. Anything you write in the quotational mark is considered as a string. Anything which is written inside the quotational mark, it is considered as string. Yes. Let me start the session. This hash is used for comment purpose. This hash is used for comment purpose. It will not affect the code. So right now I will explain you the variable rules. Okay. Variable rules. So first thing is it should start with a letter. Okay, a letter or the underscore. Okay, always start the variable names with a letter or with the underscore. Do not start the variable names with the numbers or any other special letter. Okay, somebody is asking me some queries. Hmm, how to open the Google Colab, how to open the Google Colab. And somebody is asking about list and tuples. If we get a time, I will cover those things also. if we if we get a time to cover till functions, if we have time, I'll try to cover the list and tuples. If we get a time tomorrow, then I'll cover that. Okay, so how to open the Google Collaboratory Notebook, I'm guiding you all one more time, quickly. Just type a Google Collaboratory Notebook. Just type a Google Collaboratory Notebook, and then click on Google Colab. Click on Google Colab, and then click on New Notebook. And then click on New Notebook. If you click on a New Notebook, the screen will open where we have two options, plus code and plus text. Okay. So plus code, if you click on a plus code, you can able to write a code. When you click on a plus text, you can able to write some theory part. Okay. So as I said, variables should starts with variables should start with letters or only or with the underscore. Okay, or with the underscore, it is called as underscore. It should not start with it should not start with any special characters or numbers. Okay, variables should start with the letters or underscore. It should not start with any special characters or numbers. Let me just maximize the screen so that it's visible for you all. Hope it is visible clearly. Okay, and it's a case sensitive. What I want to say is, like, age and age are a two different variable. Okay, so you have to make sure to use the same case. Okay, you have to use the same case. Okay, yeah, so somebody is asking me number equal to, yes. Okay, so I will explain it, then you will come to know, like, what problem you had faced. Yes. So let me repeat the things. Variables should not start with the letters or a underscore. And I'm requesting you all, do not just keep on texting the messages, because I cannot concentrate on what I'm telling. After explaining some concept, I'll give some enough time to you all to ask the questions. There you can ask. Okay. Yeah. So let me come back to the rules. So here variables should start with the letters or a underscore. It should not start with any special character or numbers. Okay. Numbers, you can write it later or in between, but not at the beginning. And the only special character used in the variable, it is underscore. Okay. And it is case sensitive, as I said, because the case uppercase and lowercase matters. Here, for example, this age and age, these two are a different variables. Okay, so you make sure what variable you had used, the same variable you have to use it. Yes. And then do not use the keywords as a variables. Do not use keywords as a variables. Like for example, we may have a print function, if else. So these keywords, don't use it as a variable names. Okay. Now let's start and then let me show you all how it works. Now I'll take an example, like you are storing the mobile price in one variable. For example, mobile, I'll take the name as a mobile and price as some amount 10,000. Okay. Now if I want to print this value, I can use the print function. Print mobile underscore price. So I'm writing the variable name here. I am writing the variable name. If you want some sentence to be printed, then you can make use here. The make use of the quotational mark. The value of a mobile is. So whatever you will be writing in the quotational mark, it will be printed as it is. Please do remember, whatever you will be writing in the quotational mark, it will be written as it is. And without quotational mark, whatever you write, it will be considered as a variable and its value will be printed. Okay. To run the cell, you can make use of this play button. Yes. So this, there is a syntax error. It is telling that I have missed a comma. So here after this single quotational mark, I have to give the comma. So you can see the value of a mobile is 10,000. Okay. Now, for example, now I will validate all the rules here. If I write it as one mobile, if I write it as one mobile and then check the value, you can say here, you can see the errors. It's an invalid decimal literal. Okay. Now, if I just write here as some other symbol, like the dollar symbol, you can see it will not accept it. Okay. Now even I'll try to show you the with the case sensitive. Here I have the mobile price. Now I'll write here capital M and then try to run this. You can see here mobile price is not defined. Mobile price is not defined. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now, yeah, I can see some queries. Ma'am, why colon is used? This colon is just to give the space, not to give the shape, just to separate the things. You can even remove it. I'll remove this and then show you. No need to worry. You can either write like equal to, whatever you write here, that will be printed as it is. There is no any specific meaning here. You can even remove it and use it. Nothing matters. Okay. So did you all understood about the variables, how to store the data and all? Any other questions? Hope the variable rules are clear to you all. Yes, so double quotes can be used. Double quotes are also accepted. Double, as I said at the beginning, okay, we can use double quotes. I'll just show you this with the double quotes. Anything you write inside the double quotes or single quotes, it will be printed as it is. If you are writing it as a plus, plus will be printed. If you want to see, if you want to do the addition and all, you have to do it separately. Okay. Dictionaries and arrays are the part of data structures, the way how we store the data and all. First, we'll finish this fundamentals and then we can think of that. Why comma is used? Because we are separating here. First, we are writing the message and then we are writing the variable value. That is, if we write the variable name, the value will be printed. In Python, we don't require semicolon. No colons, no commas, nothing we require at the end. Okay. Yes, so let's move ahead with the quickly with the next part. Okay, so this is the integer part you have stored here. Similarly, you can store with the strings and all. Like for example, if I want to type a mobile name, then you can use either single or the double quotes and write the name inside this. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to use the real time example. Like for example, here I'm trying to store the prices and all values, its name. Then if you want to print its value, then you can make use of this print function. Print mobile name. If you just write mobile name, you can see Samsung is printed. Okay. If you want to write some additional thing there, you can write it. And I want to show you one more thing is, say if you use the single quotes or a double quotes to this variable name, it will print as it is. Okay. If you want to see the value, then don't use the quotes. Don't use the quotes. Okay. So in a very similarly, you can store either strings, decimal values, or the whole numbers, that is integer, and even the booleans are stored here. Okay, let's move ahead. Now I'll explain you one important function, that is type function. Okay, type function. Type function, whenever we write this curly this round braces, it is considered as the function. Okay, type function is used to check the data type, used to check the data data types. Okay, for example, now we have two variables. What are those variables? I have mobile price and I have mobile name. Okay, you can check type of mobile price. It is int. Int is nothing but integer. Okay, in a very similarly, if you want to see the mobile name, type mobile underscore name. It is string. Int is used and it is telling that it is an integer. Str is nothing but a string. For float, you get it as a float. Okay, and for boolean, it will be displayed as a bool. Okay, so this is how you can check the data type. If you want like one more important function, I'll tell you, that is the input function. Okay, I have as one query. Quotes, if mentioned, it will take it as a string. Yes. Quotes, if you mention here, that's previous example I had told, like if you write in the single quotes, it will be written as it is and it is nothing but the string. In the very basic, at the very beginning, I have explained like whatever you write it in the single or double quotation, it is considered as string. Okay. Now, one more important function I will be explaining you all about the input function. Input function. Okay. Now, what is this input function is? Input function, if you want to get the input from the keyboard, then you have to use the input function. For example, you will be receiving many Google forms or many other online forms where you have to enter your names and all. Right now, we have seen we have directly loaded the value in the variable and then you have printed it. If you want to enter the input from the keyboard, then or I'll take the example of a name only. Name, for that the syntax is input function. You just have to write that again. Here you can use either single or double quotes. Enter your name. Okay. Then once if you enter, you can print it. Print name. Okay. So here it will ask that enter your name. You can see it is still running. If I write my name, Rekha, after writing you can enter, it will be printed because that is your second line. Okay. You can even add a sentence here. My name is, sorry, again I missed a comma. You can see. So you can just write a variable name here that will be printed as it is. Okay. So what is the use of input function? Input function will help you to get the input from the keyboard. Many a times you have to write your name, you have to enter your email ID. So like for example, I will be showing you all one more example of the addition. I am storing num1 as 6 and num2 as some random number again 9. Okay. If we are writing, I'm just taking one variable, add num equal to num1 plus num2. Okay. Then what I'm doing here, I'm printing this. Print add underscore num. Okay. So what I have done here, taken two different variables, num1 equal to 6. In num1 I'm storing 6 and in num2 I'm storing 9. And I'm adding these two numbers and storing it in another variable called as add underscore num. And then I'm printing this. Okay. So you are getting 15. This is like you have written the numbers and getting the result. Now with the input function, how can we get the same thing? Here what I'm doing, I'll use the input function. I'll just write enter the first number. Enter the second number. Okay. Through which what you can do, you can enter the number whatever you want. First number, then 63, you'll get the result. Okay. So with this, every time you can enter the numbers from the keyboard and then get the results. So this is the difference between the input function and then directly how you can write the numbers and get the results. Okay. Hope the input functions is clear to you all. Any doubts? Print function will help you to print the content whatever you are writing in the single or the double quotes, and input function will give you the data. If you want to enter some data from the keyboard, you can enter. Okay. Now let me move with the next thing. And here nobody have observed. I am getting the result. I have entered here 85 and 63. I am getting it as 85 and 63. It is clubbed. The numbers are not added. The numbers are not added because just check the data type here. Type of num1, it is string. Okay, why? Because num1 and num2 are string here. If you are trying to add the two strings, it get concatenated. Okay, it is a string. The output of the input function is a string. So first thing is you have to convert this to a integer. Only integers, the floating numbers can be added, not the strings. Okay, so first you have to convert this. How to convert it? You can just use the int function. Write int here at the beginning. Int at the beginning. Then run this. So it is now added. Hope it is clear. So always do remember, if you want to convert any string with the integer, you can use int function. If you want to convert the integer to string, we have a str, and float for floating numbers, and for boolean we have bool. Okay, if you use this function, it will be converted. You can check the data type now. It is int. Okay, hope it is cleared. Let me move with the next topic. We are running out of time, so I'm moving with the next concept, that is conditional statements. If we have a couple of string and it is stored, I have a 1 second. Yeah. I have a query here. If we have a couple of string and it is stored inside a variable, is it possible to use both single and double? Yes, it works, no problem. You can use, and actually in a single variable we can store only one data. Okay, like this you can store it either in the list or tuples. Okay, yeah, arrays also. Let me move with the conditional statements. So in the conditional statements we have if, elif, then else. These are the three keywords used for conditional statements. Got it? Like when will these conditional statements are used and it helped is, like for example, if you are in real time, let me tell you all, like if you are seeking for something, if you want to search something, you will go to one particular place and then check. If it is there, you will buy. If it is not there, you'll return to home. Okay, I'm just telling it as one example. You can just correlate it and then we can do the examples very similarly. So conditional statements, it is like based on the condition. If you are seeking for something, you'll go and check it. If it is available, you will buy it, or else you'll come back. This is a simple if it is available, buy, else come back. Okay, and we have some other options also. If it is not available here, we can check it in some other place. In that case, the elif will come into the picture. If it is available here, buy it. Elif, check somewhere else, buy it. Elif, some check somewhere else and buy it. So we can use multiple elifs. Multiple elifs also, it is usually called as elif ladder, and it is else if. It is nothing but else if. Here, in short, we're going to use this keyword for the multiple conditions. For some examples, I'll make use of this and then explain you. Like for example, if first I'll take a number num1 equal to 6, num2 equal to 3. If 1 is greater than num2, you can print. The importance of collab is you will get the codes also automatically here. Num1 is greater. Okay. The only one important thing I'll be telling you all here is the indentation is very important. Indentation is very important. Like for example, let me tell you the syntax. Syntax for this is you have to write if and then condition. Condition you have to write whatever the condition is. Write a colon. Colon is mandatory. Colon is mandatory. Then you can write the content. Once if you write a colon, it will give a space. Okay. This is a space. What it is telling is you are inside the if condition. You are inside the if condition. If this condition is true, it will come here inside the if condition. Else it will go to the next condition. Okay. If condition is true, then you have to write the statement. Okay. Then you can go with the else. Here for else, no need to write the condition. For else, no need to write the condition. Directly you can write colon and then write the else statement. Write the else statement. Okay. So what is this? If condition is true, it will come inside the if. So the space is created here. Okay. This space indicates that you are inside. Suppose if this condition fails, you will come out of this. You will come to the else condition. Else is the by default where you don't have to write the thing here. Okay. I have a question that can you please explain the indentation? This is what the indentation, that is what I am explaining you all. Okay. If is the keyword which you have to write it for the conditional statement, and condition is depends from one task to the another task. So I've taken a basic example here to explain. You have to write the condition. If this condition is true, this colon is compulsory. Once if you write the colon and enter, the space is created. This space is nothing but it is indicating that you are inside the if condition. Okay. If it is true, you will come into the if conditional statements and it will execute that. Suppose if the condition fails, then you will come out of the if loop. Then this else, you'll come to the else place and you're checking here. If else condition is correct, then this will be executed. Okay. So either if or else. Then the next thing is, I'll explain here the elif one also. So if condition is So this is the elif one. So here if condition is true, it will come here. We have the elif also, elif. Here you can write a condition. Then statements. We can even take the multiple elifs. Multiple elifs and check the conditions. We can take multiple elif condition, I said. Okay, then or else you can go with the else one. So this is the elif condition. Okay, this is the simple if else. If it is true, it will come here, or else this is elif condition, where what we are doing here is, if this condition is true, we execute statement 1, or else we are checking with the another condition. Like this, we can have the multiple elifs. Okay, this is the syntax. This is syntax for simple if else. This is the syntax for if and elif. Okay. Somebody is asking me a question. If we have a long script, we cannot maintain indentation sometimes. In that case, any shortcut to beautify the script, I mean indentation? You don't have to give a space or do it by yourself manually. It will come automatically. It will come automatically. For example, I'll show you here. So I have written if, and then I've written num1 is greater than num2. Okay. And then if I enter, you can check the space is automatic here. I am not giving any space here. And this is very important to you all, because you many of you all make a mistake that you will give a backspace and then write print here at the beginning. That time it will give you the wrong result. Okay. And then if you want to write a else condition, go back. If you want to write something again here only inside the if, you can write here. If you want to go back to else, you can just type else and then print num2 is greater. Okay. If I run this, you can say num1 is greater. Else condition, no need to write. It will take by default whatever you write. If this is false, it will come to this directly. Okay. Now with the same example, I will explain you the elif condition also. No. If you are copying and pasting it in the same collab, it will not affect. But if you are using notepad or a word file, if you are trying to copy from that and pasting here in the collab, definitely it affects. Just give a normal 2 spaces. If you want to print the code in a new line, Python code, sorry, I'm not getting the question. Yeah, /n and all. Yeah, you can make use of those. Those all are just to beautify your results. Okay. Okay. So elif condition here, elif, I'm adding this condition, else I have to write a condition here. For elif, I have to write a condition. num2 is greater than num1. Okay. Equal. Okay. So here you can see if num1 is greater than num2, num1 is greater printed, num2 is greater than num1, this is printed, else the numbers are equal. Okay. You can change the number and check it. If I write 6, numbers are equal, you are getting. Num2 is greater. Okay. Hope this conditional statement is clear to you all. If, elif and else statement. Somebody is asking me directly we can learn to make app like ChatGPT. It's all a higher version, LLMs and all. Okay, definitely the Python is used for that. So to learn that, here many of them might have learned the fundamentals and many of them might have not learned. Okay, so we will be covering the entire thing here, right from variables to functions. Okay, so we have covered the variables, the data types, how we can write the variable names, how we can check the data types, what is the use of input function, what is the use of print function, and then we have covered the conditional statements here. For the conditional statements we have if, elif is for the multiple conditions, and then else is the by default one. Okay, next we are moving with the loops. Before moving with the loops, I want to check if you all have any queries, then please ask. What is Python with AI? Is this with the help of AI? We write a code or Python or what? Okay. Here, collaboratory notebook. If you just type a line here, like for example, what is AI involved in Python? I'll just show you. Somebody was asking me a prime number. Here it is displaying. Hope you all can see. This is nothing but a AI. What can I help you build? What can I help you build? Yeah. Give me a code to check. I wanted to tell this trick to you all later, but somebody is asking right now. I'm just giving a quick thing here. Give me a code to check the number is prime or no. This is nothing but a AI. So you'll get a code immediately here. You can check this. Okay, so here you can see the logic, how it is done. This is all the conditional statement. So I wanted to tell you all this, and then at the end I wanted to tell this, but somebody have asked it, so I'm telling it directly now. This is nothing but the AI option. Wherever you see this mark, this is nothing but the AI. So if you just type your requirement, the result will be in front of you. Somebody was asking about the prime numbers and all. The answer is here. You can just run it and check it. 7 is a prime number. The non-prime also, I'll check it once. Not a prime number. Got it? Okay, somebody is asking me this double asterisk. This double asterisk is nothing but the power. Number greater than, it's like half the power. If AI done all this, then why we need to learn Python, ma'am? Please explain. Okay, so Python AI is working for you all. AI is giving you all the codes. Now you don't know conditional statements. It is giving some errors and you want to debug it. How will you do it? If you want to understand this, if you want to make some changes, for that you need the basic clarification, basic fundamentals is required. Without this, you cannot move ahead. Okay, so because of that you have to learn first, then AI will help you with the future things. Hope the doubt is clear. Okay, if you don't know conditional statements, if you don't know loops and it is giving the solution, you will not understand anything. Let me move ahead with the loops because we are running out of time. Hope no doubts with the conditional statements. I don't want to switch the topic to AI now. I'll switch back to loops. इंट वाला उसमें एरर आ गया, दोबारा बताना. We have to add plus sign in front of every statement. No spaces and all. This is not mandatory. Somebody is asking that this space, no, this space is not required. And somebody was asking this query. If we don't write int here, it will be considered as a string. Then it concatenates the result. It will give it as a 8563. We cannot add two strings. We can add two numbers. Okay. Because of that, you have to convert this to integer. How to convert it to integer? We have the int function. If you write int, the number one will get converted to the integer, then it will give you the correct result. Okay. Hope it is cleared. Yes, somebody is telling it is hard. It's not that hard. Okay. So in loops, we have for loops and while loops. Please understand the difference properly and make a try. And let me please explain this concept thoroughly, understand it, then you can ask a questions. Okay, let me begin with the while loops. While loops, first I'll tell you the syntax. Syntax: while is a keyword, it is used here. Somebody is asking me a question: when compared to other programming language, Python is a stay back position when comes to performance, right? And if so, then why we are using Python as a large scale? No, it is improving right now. The performance is also good. One good thing with here is it has a large libraries and it is supporting to the OOPS also, object oriented programming, that you can create objects and then build any application. Okay. So it will help with all the regarding of all the features to build something. Okay. And again, repeatedly, I'm getting a question about list, tuple, dictionaries, and all. These all are the data structures. Like for example, we are storing one data in a one variable. If we want to store the multiple datas, if we want to store the multiple datas in a single variable, then we can go ahead with this list, tuple, dictionaries, and all. Definitely, if we get a time for today or tomorrow, I'll explain this. Okay. Syntax for while loop: you have to write the while and then condition. Then you will come inside the while loop. Here also indentation matters. Okay. Loop statements. Somebody is asking me loops, ma'am. Yeah, okay. Let me explain you all as what is loops. Loops is nothing but, like it will reduce your repetitive task. Like for example, every day you might be sending a messages. Like for example, good morning message. If you want to send it to multiple people, you will not sit and type good morning to all the 15 members. Okay, what trick you will use? You will click on the forward and then just click to the particular person and then send it, isn't it? That is nothing but a process of looping. Okay, it will reduce your repetitive task. It will reduce your repetitive task, and to do that we have a two different category. One is a while loop and another one is the for loop. Okay. So while condition, you have to write a condition here, then it will execute. If condition fails, then it will come out of the while loop. I'll take a same example which I was explaining. I'll take some message as 1. I will initialize the variable while message is less than 6. I'll explain the code. Print good morning. Okay. Yes. So message equal to 1. I have initialized, this is a variable. This is a variable. I have initialized it as 1, and then I am writing a condition as a less than 6. Okay. And then I am printing it a good morning message. So it will check. Message is 1. So 1 is less than 6. Yes, it is less than 6. So it will come inside the loop. And then what it does, it will print the good morning message. Okay. Then what I'll do, I will increment this message. How will I increment? Message equal to message plus 1. So what will happen here? I'm just write the thing here. Here what I'm checking, 1 is less than 6. Yes, it is true. Okay. Then it will print this. And then in this line what I'm doing, the message is incremented to 2. The message is incremented to 2. Okay, then it will come back to the loop condition again. Then it is again checking 2 is less than 6. So it will again come into the loop, and then it will print this. And then what it will do, it will increment this. Again it will come back. So 3 is less than 6. So it will repeat it until it reaches to 6. 6 is less than 6. The loop, the condition fails, it will come out of the loop. Okay. So if I run, you can see good morning, good morning, good morning. It printed 5 times. It printed 5 times. Got it? Hope this is clear. Okay, so what we have done, the syntax for this is while, and you have to write the condition, and inside a message what you want to print, you can write this, and then you have to increment this. Suppose if you don't write this, just imagine if you don't write this, if you don't write this, you have initialized it as 1, and 1 is less than 6. The condition is always true. The condition is always true. Okay, in that case it will keep on running. It will be keep on running. It will be keep on running, and it will not stop until you stop it by forcefully. Okay, if you stop it by forcefully, then it will stop, because the condition is always true. 1 is always less than 6. It will ask you all, you do you want to stop it? Yes. Yes, it's an infinite loop. It is called as infinite loop. It will turn to infinite. Okay, it will be keep on running. So always make sure don't to use such infinite conditions and all, because it will use of your storage and slow down the process. I have just shown you all how it can be done. Now the same thing you can see so many times it has ran. Yeah. Now what I'll do the same thing with the for loop. So syntax for loop, you have to use the for keyword, and then here in place of message you can write I mean the above you have used the variable here as a message. So in place of that you can use anything. For I in range, you can write the starting number and the last number. These are the numbers, okay? Starting and ending numbers. That is your starting and ending number. What does it that mean is, here we have printed the earlier, like for example, if I remove this, we have printed this 5 times because we had written a condition here. Once if it reaches to 6, it has to stop. It has to come out of the loop. So in that case, we have written 5 times. So if I want, then I have to write here starting as 1, then ending as 6. Okay. So you will get the same good morning message 5 times. Got it? So you have to use for. This I is up to you. It is like a variable. It is like this message. You can use anything. You can use any letters or a name also. And then this is a range function. Here you have to mention the range, like from what to what, 1 to 10 or 1 to 100. You can write that. Okay, then colon is important. After writing colon, print a message. This loop statements, if you compare it with the while loop, here two advantages are there. No need of separate initialization like this. Okay, and then no need of increment. It will increment by its own. So we are actually cutting down that infinite conditions here, because we are mentioning the range here, the starting and the ending numbers. Okay, by mentioning this we are saving these two things. No need of initialization, no need of incrementing. Okay, so to get the same result, how I can write the message in the for loop is, yeah, in while loop it can be done with the break statement. Yes, I'll explain this while executing this. For I in, I'll use the same example, 1 comma 6, print good morning. So you can see 5 times it printed the same. Okay, you can even print the numbers also, like for example I. So I have written I here. Just imagine if you want to write some 1 to 100 numbers. You cannot write it like print 1, print 2, print 3. Just write a condition here. If you want 1 to 100, then you have to write one extra number, 101. So you'll get 100. 1 to 100. Okay. Hope this is clear. Print the sum of n digits. Do you want to print the summing and all? Here you can add the two numbers by itself, I equal to I plus 1, like that you can do it. So you will get the addition numbers and all. Okay, hope you got the difference between while loop and for loop. What kind of a numbers you want to add, like sum of n digits. It can be even done with the help of functions very easily. Soon we are moving with the functions. Yeah, somebody is asking me the for loop syntax. So here is the for loop syntax. For I in range, here you have to write the starting range and then ending range. Okay, then mention a colon, then inside this you can write the statements. Here easily you can just write I equal to I plus 1. By default it will add and then give you the numbers. Return statements will come in the functions that soon I am explaining. And then break, definitely if you want me to explain, I'll explain here right away. 1 second. Like for example, I'll go with the while loop. So I'm initializing the counter with the 1. Okay, I'm initializing the counter with the 1. Then what I'll do, while counter is less than or equal to 10, here if I am taking the infinite condition, if counter equal to true, then it is like infinite condition it is. Okay, because then you have to use the break statements, because if here for example earlier where we had here, if message is reaches to 6, if message reaches to 6, then you have to stop, like that way you have to break it. Okay, ma'am, but it was syntax of for in loop. See, break statement will not come in the for here, in the for, because as we are writing the ranges here directly clearly, it will not come here. Okay, the break statement will come in the while loops, because if you want to stop it, as for example I had explained here, you can use the break statement here. Okay, then it will stop the loop, it will stop the loop and give you the answers till where you have stopped. Okay, actually if we keep on exploring it, you will be getting the results, you will be debugging it and solving it, get the things done. Just be clear that while loops, here you have to do the initialization, write a condition and then write the statements of that loop. And for loop, here initialization is done here, this is the starting, this is the ending. Suppose if you don't write the starting condition, for example, if you don't write the starting condition, then by default it will start with the 0. Okay, if you want to start the numbers from 3, you can even write 3, so it will start from 3. Okay, this is useful, I mean, see, Python is used for all the students. Like this is like maybe you all are graduate students, engineering students. So Python is a mandatory language. I want to say it. Suppose if you are moving for the jobs and all, right now everything is replaced by Python. So if you learn the Python fundamentals, that is enough. Initially, somebody was asking me the questions also, like what kind of a questions will be asked in the interviews and all. Basically, these syntaxes will be asked. like what, why we are moving with the Python, and then how all it will support us, in which all applications we can make use of this. And then they may ask what is the difference between print function and input function. Then we have a questions like what are conditional statements, what is the difference between if and elif, and then what is the difference between while loop and for loops, what is range function. This is the range function where we are mentioning the numbers. Suppose if you don't mention the initial numbers, what will happen? And they may give you some simple code also to check whether the number is positive or negative, like that, whether the number is even or odd. Some basic questions will be asked for your level. It depends on the level how you are facing it. Okay, basic Python is this. Okay, this is what I want to tell. Without this fundamentals, you cannot move ahead with any other task. Like for example, we have the data analytics. From this we are moving with the machine learning. From this we are doing the web development. From this we are going for again game. Again we are predicting prediction analysis. So these all things are done from Python. But if you want to achieve those things, fundamentals are important. Okay, hope the thing is clear to you all. If any other questions with the while loop and for loop, let me know. I'll quickly move to the functions because we don't have much time. Somebody is asking, is slicing is used in Python? Slicing is used in list, tuples, and all. Okay, where we will be having the multiple datas. Slicing is nothing but some set of data you are choosing it, you are selecting and then sending it. Okay, if we explore it, when you do this like codings and all hands on, you will be getting the errors, you have to debug it, then you will understand it. Okay, so I request you all to practice these basic things today. Let me quickly move with the next one. Python is used everywhere nowadays. It has a inbuilt libraries. If you want to learn those web development and all, you can search what kind of a libraries are used. What I suggest you is, if some students are already aware of these fundamentals, they can explore on libraries. Okay, they can explore on libraries, what library is used for what, and how the coding can be written using this AI option. I'm telling this option, those who are aware of this, okay, they can use this AI option and then get the libraries, get the codes also easily. But only thing is, you should be aware what is that, what it does. Okay. Ma'am, we always need to write colon all the time after while. Yes, it is mandatory. This is a syntax. At the beginning also I said, even in the conditional statement, after writing a condition, colon is mandatory. Even for the loops also, colon is mandatory. This is the syntax you have to follow. Okay. Semicolon at the end of the statement, it is not required in Python. Let me quickly move with the functions. Then I'll give some 5 minutes of time for the discussion if I can able to finish it. So what are functions? Functions are, again, it is like a set of tasks. If you want to save your time, like for example, I'll take a real time example. We have the washing machine. What is the job of it? What will you do? You will set all the time and all the time what it has to do and all. Then you will just put the cloths and make it on. So what is its process? It will just take a water, rotate, rinse it, and then wash it and give it to you. So this cycle is set. Every time it does it by its own, so it is programmed like this. Every time, it you will not sit and program to do this task. Okay, that is the use of function. So once if you write a program and keep it, you can reuse this whenever you want. Okay, that is the use of function. You don't have to write it explicitly, you can reuse the code, you can reuse. Okay, that is the use of function. With the basic example I will teach this to you all. You can make a try for adding two numbers. Before that, let me give you the syntax for this function. Syntax: the def keyword is used for this. Def, then give the function name. This is nothing but the variable name, function name. Then colon is mandatory here also. Now here you can give the arguments. This here, this bracket is mandatory. Till now you have seen in the conditional statements and loops, the bracket was not there. So here you can write the arguments. With arguments, without arguments, we have the different options. You can make a try, then you will understand. I'm repeating this. Body of the function. Okay. So the syntax is you have to use this def, it's a standard keyword. Then this function name is left to user. Okay. You can give any name to the function. Then this arguments, then body of the function, colon is mandatory. So let me build a simple addition game so that you all can understand it. Def, I'll take add numbers. Oh, why am I using hash here? Then take a arguments. I'll take num1 comma num2. Then colon. Result equal to num1 plus num2. Then you can return this. Return result. Okay, so what suggestion I want to give you all is I will show this how to execute it. What you all have to do is, without using this argument, how it will give the result, without using this result return keyword, whether I get the result, this you all can make a try and solve the code and then check, so that you'll get the importance of this. Without this, if I want to write, how I can write inside here, you can make use of input functions. If return is not there, then you check with the print function. I'm giving you all a suggestion and hints. You can make a try. Right now with one, I'll explain it. Okay. So what I have done here is def means it is define. Define. Okay. Then this is a function name. It is left to users. Users can take any name. Even these keywords are left to the users. You can take it anything. Then what I'm doing, I'm just adding these two numbers, then I am returning this result. Okay, once if you build this function, so this function is created, add number is created. I ran this, you're not getting any result. This is called as what? Building a function. So you have built a function. Now you have to call this function. How you can call a function is calling a function. So calling a function is mandatory. How you can call the function is call by its name. What is the number? What is the name? Add numbers. Okay. Add underscore numbers. Inside the bracket, what result you want to see, you can write it. Like for example, 333. Just taken some numbers from random numbers. 445. Okay. So here you have not written code anything. If you want to see some other result, change the numbers, check it. you'll get a result. So like this, you're saving a time. Like this, you're saving a time. Instead of this, even you can do the subtraction. So what I suggest you is you can build a simple calculator. You can build a simple calculator where you can add the numbers, subtract the numbers. You can define here, you can write it as a calculator, take two numbers only, then write a thing here. You can take so four different things, adding, subtracting, multiplication and all. Okay, so this is how you can call the function and then write a different numbers. If you don't want to write the numbers here, so suppose see, if I don't write the numbers here and try to execute this, it will throw an error that it is telling missing two arguments. So how many numbers you have written here? That many numbers writing here is mandatory. For example, if I write num1 here and then num2, I'm writing here fixed one. Like for example, 25. If I write here, it tells that num1 is missing. Okay. So you have to write some random number 14, then it will add that 14 to 25 and give the result. Okay, so arguments, what to write, what code you want to write, it is left to you. Okay, for example, I'll take a simple example with a conditional statements, checking the positive and negative number. Define, I'll some just take some random number. So write a number colon, if num is greater than 0, print positive, else print negative. Okay, so what I have done, I have defined a function with the name positive or negative. Okay, you have to write a number. Got it? Now I need to call the function. What is the name? POS underscore negative. Inside this, try with a different number. It tells positive. If I write minus, then it's negative. So I request you all impose or take a loop inside the function, take a conditional statements inside the function and build some function. So every time you don't have to write this explicitly and check it. Once the function is built, it is done. You can call the function and then check it whether it is giving the results or no. Okay. Yes. Is the function is cleared? Is there any questions from your end now? Or else I'll quickly cover the one more function here. Why we write return instead of print function, ma'am? That's what I said. Return is a keyword. It will return the result. Whatever variable you are writing, if you write that variable and return, it will return the results. If you directly want to use the print function, you can make use of that also. Meaning of def, def is nothing but define. Def is a keyword. It is defining a function. It's the standard keyword to define the function. This is the syntax for function. You have to use this. This is mandatory. Using def is mandatory. This indicates defining what? Defining a function name. Function name is again left to the user. You can choose the relevant name and the relevant arguments, then body of the function. And I suggest you all to use the proper variables instead of just using a b x y z. If you use the proper variables, it will be understandable. Even when you just revise the things, it will be understandable. That is num1 and num2. It is only for functions or anything else as well? Yeah, def is only for function. Def is for defining the function. If you hear def, it is related to the function. Whenever we have a multiple things, then you can make use of the return. Or else if you want to use the print, then add underscore numbers. You are getting the result here. Oh, sorry, we have only one argument here. Yes, you will get the result. Okay, you don't have to worry. That's what I said at the beginning only. Check with the arguments. This is called as arguments. Inside this, whatever you will writing, those are arguments. Check with the, even instead of two, you can make use of three, one. If you miss out, what will happen? If you don't write return, what will happen? If you write print function, what will happen? These all you can cross check it. Okay. Uh, if and else are mandatory to use that. If and else are conditional statement. It depends on the task what you are doing. Again, I am repeating. It depends on what you want to do it. If you, in that case, if the if and else are used, you can make use of that. For example, checking something, checking even order, checking the prime numbers, checking the positive and negative numbers. Conditional statement is mandatory. Arguments, what we need to only integers, or we can write string also. We can write string also. It is not restricted. It depends on the task. Again, I'm repeating. If you want to write some message, if you want to write some name, you can write that. The same good morning message, you can write a function here. No, if you don't put return, that's what I have deleted and shown you all. I have used print and then printed. We are getting the result still. What questions we have? Indentation is a problem in Python. So, is there a good Python formatter for VS Code? Indentation is not a problem here. You don't have to give space by writing, by clicking on the space bars. You are getting it by default. Only thing is, when you want to be inside the loop, go out of the loop. If you keep that thing in mind, then it is easy. Arguments are nothing but, yeah, it's just a variables, what you want to add, what you want to subtract, those numbers. Everything is accepted in arguments. Tomorrow we're going to learn about the libraries NumPy and Pandas, how the external file can be called inside this, and if we get a time, I'll definitely cover that list and tuples. uh, please go for AI. Yeah, part of the AI we are covering tomorrow, that is data analytics. It depends on your interest, what language to be learned. Python is mandatory because right now everywhere we are using that. With that, we can build multiple applications. Hope everything is clear for the today's session. So let me revise and wind up. Yes, for the basics, this much is enough, but practice is mandatory. Practice is mandatory. Whenever you learn, I have one more last question. Is this enough as the basics of Python? Yeah, this is enough for the basics. Whenever you learn any programming language, at the beginning only, I had told you all that variables, data types, conditional statements, loops, and functions. These all are a common thing for any programming language if you learn. If you learn this, these are the basic fundamentals. Using this, you're going to build something. So to learn this, but you need to practice a lot. You have to practice it, make use of this session, and then try to do some other codes, relative codes. Okay, then. Thank you. I'll leave a session then. Bye.